movie.
The difference was when we made the first film, all we had to do was dream and about what the technology might do, but we didn't really get involved in what the technology would do. And as time went by, we've now reached the point where Sean and Joe and their generation has had to make this real. And technology is all about bringing people together, supposedly. And now there's a sense that technology may have a dark side where it keeps us from connecting with each other. And I think this film examines that problem.
Hi, first, congratulations to the dude for your Oscar. Let's see, do you have any details on when the original Tron will be released on Blu-ray and what's on it? And do you have anything special planned for the Tron Legacy DVD and Blu-ray?
Sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Where are you? I'm having a hard time hearing your question. Sorry. One more time.
Do you know, to anyone, do you have any details on when the original Tron is going to be released on Blu-ray and what's on it? And do you have anything special planned for the DVD and Blu-ray of Tron Legacy?
Yeah, I think that the original movie, we're certainly looking at doing something special with the original movie. No date has yet been determined. And certainly for Tron Legacy, as far as the DVD and the Blu-ray go, I think we will. There'll be some very cool materials on it, and I also think with we'll be taking a hard look at 3D on that front as well as we get greater penetration of 3D TVs into the home. So certainly we'll try to be as kind of forward leaning as we can when it comes to both of those, and certainly I think you can expect Steven's original film in an exciting format sometime soon.
But I believe the musical is coming out before that.
Tron on Ice is also good.
It's going to be called a Tronsicle.
There was a Tron on Ice.
I know.
It's been on ice for 25 years.
I have a question for Adam Horowitz and Eddie Kitsis. The original Tron is known more for its visuals and its story. So when you're writing a screenplay, how do you try to write a script that isn't overpowered by visual effects?
Through fear. And luckily when we're writing, we're doing absolutely no visual effects work. So,
for us, we're very lucky because Sean and Joe and Justin and everyone here was a very collaborative process, and we come from TV, so we're used to just kind of sitting around a table with a bunch of people saying, hey, wouldn't it be cool if? And we were very lucky that these guys, really were collaborative and worked with us through the whole process. So, my favorite thing is one day we were talking about the disc games, and then that day I get a call from Joe, and he says, undulating platforms. And he sends an email with the coolest looking design ever that he just sketched. And that made it easier for us.
right, and everything we did was, the whole team was always focused on character first, and it was always starting from the story from a character perspective, a father-son story, and everything kind of grew out of that.
Jeff, I know you do some great photography on the sets of your films, and I was just wondering if you had a chance to do that and give everybody some copies of those. I know you like to do that for other films here.
What was the last part of the question?
I know you make books of your photography from on set. I just wondered if you did that for this film.
Yeah. I didn't take too many pictures on this film. The main reason was because the camera that I use, wide lux, requires quite a bit of light, and our movie required very little light, physically, right? Because of the suits and so forth, and so it was quite dim. And so I didn't take too many pictures. I have a few, and they may pop up on my website or something like that.
Another question for Jeff. How does it feel to see people so excited about Tron again after all these years?
Oh, it's great, man. It's so exciting. Comic-Con, of course, wasn't around back when the first one came out, but to feel the energy of the people, you can really sense it when we came here last year and showed the trailer, and well, actually, it was the year before that. When we showed the effects test, and that was very responsible for getting the whole movie rolling, getting it financed and everything. So the fans are very integral to this whole thing, the Tron world.
I'm way back here in the back. I had a question kind of for the producers. You guys have been doing a really epic viral campaign so far that's dating back almost a year. Just want to have you guys kind of talk about how you put that together, and a little bit to Bruce too, because it's kind of like doing a bunch of live theater pieces with some of the stuff you guys have put together. And what else can we expect?
I think that one of the things when we all made the decision to do a kind of a standalone sequel, that we would accept that the events in 1982 had narratively occurred, one of the things that with Eddie and Adam and Joe, and my fellow producers here, we all did, was we mapped the mythology from 82 to 2010. And that gave us, I think, number one, hopefully a really good foundation for the story we wanted to tell in 2010, but also gave us all those intervening years. And so there was a lot of history and backstory that we thought there were interesting ways to express. And so some of that is coming across in the ARG and the viral. Some of that is going to come across on other platforms, with the video game and some of the publishing efforts. And it has been really, really fun watching the community evolve and build and seemingly really, really enjoy what's going on. And yeah, it's been great watching Bruce deal with conditions on the ground in San Francisco, Garrett the same. It's been fun, so.
This question is for Joe. I'm really excited about Daft Punk doing the score. Can you just talk about how you collaborated with them to make the music?
Yeah, Daft, I hooked up with Daft Punk very early in the process, before even doing the VFX test piece. Sean and I went down to the 101 Cafe in Hollywood and met them for a pancake breakfast, and discussed their passion for Tron and how serious they took it, and what an inspiration it was to them, which I think is pretty obvious if you've been in any of their live shows. We talked about it for a long time, and then got started on the music very early. I mean, we were doing music before we even started shooting, and we're continued working on it for almost 2 years now. They're in the studio as we speak, putting the finishing touches on their score, and it's it's a really incredible blend of electronic music, orchestral music, and really blurs the line between sound design and music in a really interesting way. It's a new direction for them that they're really excited about, and it's so tied to the film because we've developed them together. It's really just an amazing kind of fusion of music and picture that I'm really happy about.
And didn't they base their look on Tron?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
It was also amazing when we were shooting. They were integral to the process of shooting, because sometimes if you really needed to find the tone of a scene, we would listen to a Daft track, and you'd really understand where you were in the movie. And I found that really helpful and really inspiring, so we were lucky to have that.